Image copyright Reuters. Tasnim news agency. Image caption. Most of the deaths were reported in Iran's Kermanshah province. A 7.3 magnitude earthquake has shaken the northern border region between Iran and Iraq, killing at least 396 people and injuring thousands more. More than 7,000 people are also said to have been injured in the quake, the world's deadliest this year. Most of those who died were in Iran's western Kermanshah province, where a search for survivors has started. 9 more people died in Iraq, where residents fled from their homes into the streets in the capital, Baghdad. I was sitting with my kids having dinner and suddenly the building was just dancing in the air, a Baghdad resident, Mahida Amir, told Reuters news agency. I thought at first that it was a huge bomb. But then I heard everyone around me screaming earthquake. And the latest updates from Iran state news agency IRNA quoted an emergency official as saying 6,603 people were injured in Iran alone. Most of the victims were in the town of Sarpol-Zaksab, about 15 kilometers 10 miles from the border. Emergency services chief PIR Hossein Kulivand said the town's main hospital was severely damaged, leaving it struggling to treat hundreds of wounded. State TV reported a woman and her baby were pulled alive from rubble in the town. Iranian media said one aid agency said 70,000 people needed shelter after the quake. Many homes in the predominantly Kurdish mountainous area are made of mud bricks and are vulnerable in quakes as large as Sundays. Media playback is unsupported on your device. Media caption. A Kurdish TV channel was live on air during the earthquake in Sarpol-Zaksab, a city of about 85,000 people. The sides of a number of tall buildings collapsed, forcing many people to spend the night outdoors in freezing conditions. Rescue teams were being hampered by landslides, emergency workers said. The quake hit at 2118 local time 1818 GMT, about 30 kilometers southwest of Halabja, near the northeastern border with Iran, the U.S. Geological Survey USGS said. About 1.8 million people live within 100 kilometers of the epicenter, the UN estimates. On the Iraqi side, the most extensive damage was in the town of Darbandakan in the Kurdistan region. The situation there is very critical, Kurdish Health Minister Rakat Hama Rashid told Reuters news agency. Yasin Abbas of the Iraqi Red Crescent Society told the BBC that 425 people had been wounded in the Iraqi Kurdistan region, where Turkey has already delivered aid. The BBC's Rami Rouayem, in the regional capital Erbil, said shaking there had lasted for more than a minute. For a few seconds at first it was barely detectable. I wasn't sure whether it was a minor tremor or just my imagination, he said. But soon enough it was unmistakable as the building started swaying from side to side. Image caption. This huge rock fell from a mountain in Darbandakan, Iraq. The earthquake struck at a relatively shallow depth of 23.2 kilometers, and tremors were felt in Turkey, Israel and Kuwait. In 2003, a 6.6 magnitude quake destroyed the historic city of Bam in southeast Iran, killing 26,000 people. Sunday's quake is the deadliest to hit Iran since 2012. But it is only the 6th earthquake of magnitude 7.0 or more in 2017. There were 16 last year and 19 the year before. Why is Iran prone to earthquakes? Analysis by Jonathan Amos, BBC Science correspondent. Iran is one of those regions of the world that is all too familiar with quakes, and has experienced some very big tremors in the past. In general terms, the big driver here is the clash between the Arabia and Eurasia tectonic plates. The former is pushing north by a couple of centimeters a year. In the southeast of the country, the Arabia plate is actually pushing under the Eurasia plate, but in the northwest these great slabs rub directly against each other. The Zagros Mountains are a result of all of this compression. Early reports indicate the quake occurred on a thrust fault. This means the crust on one side of the break in the rocks is moved vertically up and over the other side, which fits exactly with this general picture. Geological agencies now produce immediate bulletins on the likely expected casualties. This modeling work is based on factors such as the size of the quake, population density and what is known about local construction methods. It's inexact work, but the first bulletin suggested this event could produce many hundreds of deaths and perhaps thousands of injured individuals. Are you in the area? Have you been affected by the earthquake? If it's safe to share your experiences, then please email haveyourSay@bbc.co.uk with your stories. Please include a contact number if you are willing to speak to a BBC journalist. You can also contact us in the following ways: WhatsApp 447-525-900-971, send pictures video to yourpics@bbc.co.uk or upload your pictures video here, tweet at bbc_haveyoursay, send an SMS or MMS to 447624800 100 international. Please read our terms conditions.